Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Transformers Friday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Walmart exclusive Retro Headmaster Weirdwolf. Thank you for watching this video or any of my other videos that you may have run across, which I hope is all of them. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Thank you. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or just to help the channel out further. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future, you will be notified as my new content becomes available. And with all that said, let's get into it! And first of all, as we always do here on Digital Caveman Presents, let's take a look at the packaging. Transformers, more than meets the eye, evil Decepticons, simple transformation. See instructions for full conversion steps. No, they transform, damn it! On the front, Headmaster Weirdwolf. There's a picture of his head. And how he appears. Monzo. In robot mode. Monzo. He's the Headmaster. Headmaster Monzo. Nice window showcasing part of the figure in his alt mode. Transformers include snap-on weapon and accessory. 8 up, Hasbro. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in Vietnam print symbols I'm not going to learn. A barcode. Product shots. The Transformers, more than meets the eye. Headmaster Weirdwolf on this side. Same product shot, Transformers. Headmaster Weirdwolf. And again, same product shots, Headmaster Weirdwolf, Transformers. On the back, that nice 86 or 87 artwork showcasing the figures from that year. It is a world of constant change where things are not what they seem. It is the world of the Transformers, a world of heroic Autobots and evil Decepticons. And down here on the bottom we have his tech spec, which is much shorter than the old school ones. Decepticon Weirdwolf function tracker. My pleasure. With my enemy's pain comes. Sicko. Cruel, vicious, but apparently built with a few wires crossed. Talks to himself in a sing-song, backwards way. So he's a sing-song Yoda. Destroy the Autobots I shall. And there it is in some other languages I don't read. And there are the technical specifications. And then over here, warning, don't stick things in your pothole. Don't belong there in all the languages. Includes 2 figures and 2 accessories. And some more small print. Some more made in Vietnam print. Authentic and Hasbro. Classic. And that, my friends, does it for a look at the packaging. Now let's take a look at Weirdwolf in his alt mode, plus a look at his accessories. And we will start with the instructions, perhaps the most important part of the accessories. Headmaster Weirdwolf and a drawing of him, illustration. And again, as I've said before, I'm not the biggest fan of these, although they're pretty clear for the most part as to how to transform Weirdwolf and Monzo. And speaking of Monzo, here he is. Let's take a look at him in his robot form. As far as his articulation goes, he can look up that far. He can look down that far. He can do the full exorcist. His arms move. Come up about that far. They'll come out a little bit. It's on a small ball hinge there. And that's about it. For the legs, he can kick forward with both legs that far. Back, not at all. Back at the knee, he can go back that far. And then forward at the knee, about 90 degrees. And of course, you know, he folds up into Weirdwolf's head. Then we have this piece, which is a sword, or you see the handle, post, and the, yeah. Anyway, we won't get into that one. And then he has this gun, cannon, whatever, which is also a place for Monzo to sit. He can sit here. And where he prefers to sit, I'm sure, though, is this hatch right here opens. If I can get it open. There we go. And I'll look on the inside there, and you can see there's two little posts right here that correspond to those shallow little holes in the back of his leg. And that is what holds him in place when he is in the driving mode, I guess. And he stays in there pretty good. And that just supposed to snap back down in there. And it's not for some reason. See, not down in there all the way. He was not. Now, there he is. As you can see, there's a little bit of a hole right there. And you can see his head kind of poking through. And then there's two posts on it right here. And they correspond with these slots right there on the back. And then that's how all of his accessories are stored on him in alt mode. And we'll go ahead and take that off. And there's no articulation to the tail other than you can do that or that, you know. It just kind of spins around. Now, as far as his articulation goes, well, I guess we need to take a look at the decos first. He's got a bunch of little missile launchers here and a Decepticon Tampo there, and some looks like red eyes to me, and some silver spots in here and here. A Decepticon logo there, some silver paint here, some paint app right here. And as far as the rest of it goes, it looks like, well, there's some paint app right here. The rest of it is molded in colors. And the mouth on it does open, so he can bite Autobots. He does have the full Exorcist ability there. And if you unsnap it, he can look up. But the head looks up a little and down a little. Well, not really up and down. It just goes side to side a little bit. So he's got a little bit of wolf waggle there. You can see that. The shoulders, they're on a ball joint. They'll go in and out. They'll spin all the way around. They got some waggle on it. Back legs are also on a peg and a ball. I don't know if you can see it in there. But doesn't really go forward. We'll go back that far. And it, well, that's part of the transformation. But it does have a little bit of waggle on that ball. Then we've got a knee joint here, which will give you that much. And then the knee joint here gives you that much. And then at the ankle is on a ball, so you get some You get some pivot and you get some up and down. And I forgot to mention that on this. This is on a ball and a peg. And you can get forward and back. And it'll go around. And then, of course, I'm bumping the camera. There's a knee joint right there. It gives you about 90 degrees. And that, my friends, is a look at Weirdwolf in his alt mode. And now it's time for the alt mode comparisons. And with me as always is Titans Returns Legends class Bumblebee. The Amazon exclusive leader class Alternate Universe Optimus Prime, or Dead Optimus Prime. His fellow retro Decepticon Headmaster Mindwipe. And his other fellow retro compatriot Decepticon Weirdwolf. And that, my friends, covers the comparisons. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the part you've all been waiting for, the comedy portion of our show, where I attempt to transform this Transformer. So first of all, we'll start by taking the accessory pieces off. Open the cockpit back up, and we will take Monzo out. And then I do believe we leave this open, and let's see if I can remember. That piece comes out, and then there's another hinge on there, and it goes forward and slides back into place. You can see these two tabs here, and there's slots right there, and it just goes back in there like that. Then I think you close that back down. You flip the wolf head down. Then you want to flip the feet out, or his robot feet rather, and then I do believe that they spin around. Yeah, that whole ankle piece, I believe, spins around. Uh-oh. And it's just a ball joint, so it will pop back in there with a little bit of effort. And then this just pops back on there. I didn't know this guy was going to be a parts farmer. Just kidding. All right, this part flips out to reveal the upper leg, and it is on a double hinge, and it just slides down and forms the shin. And the same over on this side. Again, there's that double hinge in there, and it just kind of slides down and makes the shin piece. And this part, you flip the paws up, then you spin it around, and let's see, this part right there opens up. I don't think it's supposed to fly off like that, but it did. And then we flip the hands out, and then I'll see if I can't get this piece back on. And flip it back closed, and let's see if we can get the other side without flipping that piece off. There we go. And Come on, hand, you can do it. Come out of there. There's nothing to it. Except for when there is something to it and it doesn't want to come out. So you get your handy dandy tweezers. And that helps out. And then you flip that panel back down and into position. And straighten the arms out a little bit and straighten the legs out a little bit. And then we take Monzo and pretty much just bend him in half. Plug the head in, because you see the head is facing the feet now. And the way the hole there is shaped, you put the head on backwards and then spin it around. And then several ways he can wield the weapons. He can hold this cannon in his hand. He can mount it on his shoulder this way. Or this way, you know. However the mood strikes you. And then here is the sword. And again, the sword can store on the arm like that too, but it looks much cooler in his hand. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Weirdwolf, all transformed, and not in the middle. There we go. That's better. And now let's take a look at Weirdwolf in his robot mode. And again, you know, he's got this cannon, and it can attach to his arm like that. Or he can hold it in his hand. Blam, blam. It's like a shotgun, man. So there's that. And then he's got his sword. Slish, slash. Slish, slash. So let's take that out. And then let's just take a look at the robot mode. And there's a nice tampo, Decepticon tampo. And another one here. Oh, can't see it on the camera. I can now. The one here, one on the chest. Then again, one over here. It's got a bit of a wolf head backpack. I think that face head sculpt looks pretty good. He's got a bunch of missile launchers on his shoulder now, or blasters, or I'm not sure what they are, but it looks like they shoot stuff. So there is that. I believe this is the color of the plastic, and then this is the paint. And then some silver here. And some paints here. And the same on this side. And it looks like everything else is molded in plastic. Molded. The plastic mold is in color. It is supposed to be. Or, well, you guys know what I'm talking about. So anyway, let's move on to his articulation. He can look up that far, which is none, really, and down that far, which is also none. He can give you the full exorcist. And, if you're careful, some waggle. As far as his shoulders go, they will go out that far. They will give you a full 360 degrees of rotation. There is an upper bicep cut for another 360 degrees of rotation. Elbow, single jointed elbow, gives you not quite 90 degrees. And nothing at the wrists. At the waist, there is a pivot at the waist. but because of this bottom part of the backpack here, you don't get very much out of it. Just about like that. That's it. As far as the splits go, let's see. He's got the full splits, and his head fell off. So let's stick that back in there. He can kick forward that far, and only back that far because of the backpack. There is a lower, I was going to say bicep, but that's not bicep, lower thigh swivel here for a full 360 degrees, just right above the knee joint. Single jointed knee for approximately 90 degrees. And then, of course, at the ankle, you know, he got a little bit of extra stuff going on there. But without moving this part, you can get that much back, that much forward. And it's on a ball, so you get some, well, I say you do. Don't really get any tilt there. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, a little bit of tilt. And that's about it. But that, my friends, is a look at Weirdwolf in his robotic glory. Now, friends, it's time for robot mode comparisons. And with me, as always, is Titans Returns Legends class Bumblebee. Leader class Netflix Optimus Prime, the Walmart exclusive. His fellow retro Headmaster Decepticon Mindwipe. And his other fellow Decepticon retro Headmaster Skullcruncher. And that, my friends, completes the comparisons. For final thoughts on the Walmart exclusive retro packaged Headmasters Weirdwolf, I like this one okay. I did pass on it in Titans Returns. I don't know, there was something, maybe the colors of this one appealed to me where the other did not. I don't have it, so I couldn't compare to tell you what it is that made me get this one and not the Titans Returns version. It could just be the head mold. I'm not sure. I do like that one. It looks good. But, you know, it's a decent figure. If you passed on it in Titans Returns and have changed your mind, you know, decided you wanted to get it, and you can still get your hands on it. I know it's been a while since these have been at retail, and I'm just now getting around to reviewing them. Sorry about that. Sometimes other things take precedence. Some newer stuff comes in, or I get busy with other things. Stuff like that. Life happens. I apologize. But, again, it's a decent figure. And if you missed out on it and want it, maybe you can still find this one at a decent price. They were pretty easy to find for a while, all of them except for Mindwipe. But Weirdwolf and Monzo. What a name, Monzo. Anyway, crazy Nebulans. That does it for the review I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting the channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or help the channel out further, or both. That's cool too. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.